This is London with VIP Trader and Bitcoin Spike. Welcome to our live stream. Normally we stream at the open of the markets. Welcome, guys. I'm a former hedge fund owner. Hedge fund, guys, private, non-SEC, not financial advice. In terms of the VIP, I want to let you know we did not miss the market open today. Unfortunately, we private streamed the market open. So that was just a selection that I had accidentally selected. So I'm happy to have you guys here now. I accidentally went with a private stream. Got Bloomberg on the right, got the charts on the left. Let's talk about what the market is looking at today, the overall markets as New York kicks into gear. Yes, New York is open. Want to shout out to the VIP. And guys, some nice patterns. Yesterday, we covered in live stream some of the key patterns in play, and you got a great trade. Guys, you got a really nice trade. Now I have fixed, and I'm a little torn because we have the charts to look at. You guys know. I'd like you to see my setup. I just have to tell you guys, it's VIP. We run this setup so you guys know what you have the advantage of in the back. 15 screens, all the time frames, RSI, 200, 100 guys across the board, every indicator from MACD to what you could imagine. We have it for your disposal, at your disposal. So when I run the setup, I want you to see our setup and kind of take a look at what is driving me and my trade decisions, and you guys, and I guess, guys, your perks, guys, the VIP way to be. And in terms of the details, let's get into this, and let me make sure, hopefully we are live this time, because I did go live, and that was my fault, because I went private live. I didn't mean to do that, but I went private live this morning, and yeah, we're live. Good job, guys. So in terms of that, let me shout out to VIP. Hope you guys are trading. The pattern that we talked about yesterday played out very, very well. I think you guys will see that. Let's dig into the charts and see exactly what played out on Bitcoin so that you can see how you could have, guys, it was a double your money trade. Okay, it just was. If you're a spot trader, we welcome you guys. We welcome you to Trade Spot. Guys, we welcome you to learn how leverage can change the game for you. Okay, leverage can be a game changer. I see Chris on the top. I see Venus on top. What's up, Venus? Nice to see your photo there. That's a nice sight in the morning. Very, very nice to see you there. In terms of, let me go ahead and take off our indicator. Now, the indicator that we do have here is our Bollinger Band indicator. Following, and let's discuss this real quickly. As we see a little bit of a mix on the board right now, the Dow looks like it's picking up a little bit of ahead of the NASDAQ and the S&P. We had a little bit of favorable news this morning. You guys, I don't know if you know that, but a bit of favorable news this morning. And just in terms of a report, I won't get into details, but a bit in terms of and there's Venus. Hey, good morning, Venus. How are you? Nice to see you. We've been doing some recording the last couple of days. It may sound like I'm out of the IMAX theater, almost. I've been really practicing. We've been doing some recording, so I've been working my voice a lot, guys. In terms of the specifics of this pattern formation, yes, we've been discussing this catch the last couple of days, if anybody caught it. If you didn't, I want to encourage you to try and catch the next one. Please try and catch the next one, okay? As we project down this specific level of support. Yesterday morning, what were we talking about? And then I'll talk about that Bollinger Band. Okay, we'll talk about the Bollinger Band, but we were talking yesterday quite a bit about this specific level of resistance, level of support. Did you see the pickup here? Boom, right on support. This is nice. This is on the 15-minute time frame for Bitcoin. Now, why do we trade Bitcoin? Let's go through this real quickly, guys. Why do we trade Bitcoin? And guys, nice to see your pictures back up on top. I see Yasmina there. Hey, Yasmina. In terms of Bitcoin, why do we trade Bitcoin? We love the volatility, and also because it never closes. It never closes. Guys, 24/7, 365, you want to trade, you can trade. Equities, they close down, right? Some after hours, pre-hours, they close down, right? They'll make you sweat overnight. They just will, guys. We're not huge fans of that. We'll trade it, but it takes, you really have to refine it. Practice some trades. Be willing, guys, to work with that risk as you get into equities, and go talk to your financial advisor, please. And you let us know what they say. How about that, okay? You tell us what they say. In terms of the details, yes, we trade Bitcoin because 24/7, 365, we can trade. All right, it's almost the hallmark of this generation of people, the top line day traders, right? That are in crypto. Just think about it. This generation, guys, of day traders are in crypto. Why? Because we can trade 24/7, right? You're never going to wake me up in the middle of the night and I'm not going to be able to go hit a trade ever. You're never going to wake me up in the morning, at night, any time of day, any time of year, and I'm not going to be able to trade. So it's kind of, it's on the cusp. I'd say the cusp of maybe being defined, but we can help define that. Absolutely, it's a big deal. It's one of the big reasons why we focus on it, in addition to, and I see Luke. What's up, Luke? My man. Nice to see you, brother, on the top right there. In terms of the details, let's dig into, while I keep talking, guys, but it's part of what makes us who we are. We review why we focus on Bitcoin, right? You're going to catch every move in the market. Maybe, you will. You will if you have the right approach. We covered some approaches last year that include, for Bitcoin, some heavy compounding in on spot, by the way, at lower levels, right? You want to catch every move? Just not dollar cost average, compound down. That would be our approach, right? Key levels for Bitcoin for us were 45,000, 30,000, 15,000, right? Possibility to go below, sure. Still possibility to go below, all I'll say is we've seen some fundamentals turned on their heads. When you're in a market, and this is the one thing of crypto that makes it difficult, as we talk about why we trade crypto. Let's pay attention this morning as we would look at this expansion, right? Yesterday we covered what, guys? What did we cover? And let's see what we got. Who we got here? What's up? We got Commander. What's up, Commander? How you doing? Huh? Hey, I'll shout out, Commander. I hope you're doing well, my man. Hope everything's well. Loud and proud. Hope you former military. We got tons, guys. We got enough former military in and around to float the boat if we need to. We got a lot, guys. In terms of that, I studied strategic military intelligence, certified, etc. By the way, but I'm not formally affiliated with any department, agency, bureau, nor military division, domestic or abroad. There you go. All right, but I did certified strategic military intelligence. But not affiliated. So welcome, Commander. We want you to join our trade group if you want to beat the market. If not, just hang out and be like, what's up? It's okay, brother. In terms of this, no pressure. Level of support, level of resistance. We covered this pattern yesterday, didn't we? We sure did. And we got a nice example of the catch along the level of support. This is on the 15-minute. You may say, and I'll just tell you, if you do not trade leverage, these moves may not mean much to you, okay? They just may not mean a lot to you. You may just be more interested in the big picture. You may want to really look at, like, what is it really going to do, right? Let's look at the 45-minute in terms of anybody who may be on spot, or just to get a macro picture here. Let's take a look at this. This is, I think, the best kept secret right now in TA on Bitcoin, okay? You tell me whether or not you agree or disagree. Best kept secret would be the bull flag on the 45-minute. Not just the bull flag on the 45-minute, right? And we don't want to shop time frames too much, right? We talk about primary time frame, sure. In terms of those kind of authoritative, right, time frames. So we want to stick with those authoritative time frames. But that bull flag on the 45-minute, okay, which is not an authoritative time frame. We understand that, but it is still recognized. It's still one of the primary. I don't want to call it a primary time frame either, but I will call it it's a basic time frame, right? It's one of the basics that are built into, let's just say that, a basic time frame which is up for consideration, okay? Without getting into primary or, we just won't get into that. But the bull flag, the move to the upside, downward sloping channel. Then what do we have, guys? On the 45-minute, you'll see this very well. Excuse me. You'll see a secondary flag. Let's get rid of this specific descending triangulation, and you'll see a secondary flag in play. Now, you'll need to expand your chart quite a bit here. You'll need to expand your chart to see the secondary flag, which the market is contemplating on the 45-minute. I'll tell you guys, for sophisticated traders, you can say, well, the 45-minute isn't authoritative. It's not even primary. I just promise you, the top traders are looking at this right now, right? Move to the upside, downward sloping channel with an attempted and frustrated confirmation, okay, of a secondary fractal bull flag. That's what's going on right now, to the extent that it's extremely interesting technically. So we can argue about whether or not it's the best kept secret, but it's a nice guys, it's a nice move right now. Now, what makes it even nicer is the fact, what, guys? Now, bullish pattern, move to the upside, downward sloping channel. You guys got that right. You got that right. In terms of, we got NJ Cooper, what do we got? And it said 19, hey, there you go, you're private. What's going on, my man? NJ Cooper, what's going on, brother? Rules changed. We were infiltrated. Hey, there you go. Well, noted, huh? Noted, NJ Cooper, noted. All I'll say when I read stuff like that, noted, okay. Good morning, ladies. Hey, shouting out to Venus, good stuff. So Cooper, and we got Commander in the house. What's going on, guys? As we look at that, and thanks for sharing that with us, I'll just, pow, we'll do a little pow, huh? There we go, bam. Nice to see you, Cooper, huh? Nice to see you in the house. So as we look at this in terms of the technicals, we've just got, boom, there you go, Cooper. What we have is the following. We have on a recognized time frame. Is it a primary, is it authoritative, like the daily, 4 hourly, 1 hourly? Not, it's not, guys. But it is something to guide a trade, all right? If you find, I'll say this, if you find your primary pattern, okay, in terms of, or your optimal pattern. Let's say that let's say you focus in on one pattern or two patterns, and you have mastered those patterns, and you have tested them across the time frames, right? And you'll take a 45-minute with a grain of salt. You'll take it with a grain of salt, and you understand it's still the 45-minute. Maybe you scale back in terms of your capital exposure, right? Maybe you say, okay, it's 45 minutes. Maybe even the 30-minute can be tricky. I always tell the VIP in the back, shout out and good morning to the VIP. We opened up on a private stream. That was my fault in terms of being a bit late. Shouldn't happen again. I just had selected the private, so my fault, guys, in terms of the stream. So looking at that, so I went public. But we got some decent news on inflation, just so you know. People are, let's see how that's affecting equities right now. NASDAQ just about flat. S&P almost flat. Dow, I shall pick up, but I'll have to look at that on my Bloomberg mobile, and I'll do that in 2 seconds. And just to show you guys how I'm running today, just to let you know, Bloomberg here, bam. Okay, charts over here, and this is for you guys. I stream with this, and just so you know, behind me what? I want, and listen up guys, maybe the most important thing you'll hear all day, because we can talk about technicals back and forth. Maybe the most important thing you'll hear all day is what? Do you have a screen dedicated for MACD, period, that never gets turned off, that you can evaluate and compare the multiple time frames? Do you have a screen for RSI? Bam, huh? Do you? Right? You see all these different screens. I'm just going to ask you, do you have a screen dedicated for MACD? Not 15, you don't need 15, but do you have a screen? Bam, get a $15 refurbished screen, MACD, bam. Get a $15 refurbished screen, bam, RSI, right? Do you have maybe your 100 and your 200 moving averages? Those play on the multiple time frames, guys, the 100 and 200, you put it on a screen. Start working on your setup. You'll see the value of the different time frames. Immediately, the oscillators, guys, the gauges in play like the RSI, MACD, you may throw in stochastics, etc. That's where the value of all of this is. I'll just tell you guys, it's huge. Try to start with MACD, okay? Very, very important. So when we talk about my setup, now in front of me, Bloomberg and charts across the way here, charts. But as I'll talk about that, I just encourage you all to really, really step into that foray. Now I'll cover up Bloomberg and we'll go into the charts. How about that? So in terms of what we were talking about was a primary pattern that you have just mastered, right? Is there a pattern in play? For us, it would be the bells. We rock the bells. You guys know that when I say we rock the bells, guys, they trade. They are the number one performing pattern. Now, are they the most exciting in terms of like a bull flag? No. Are they most exciting in terms of, let's say, like a bull pennant? No. We like to trade. Maybe this would be it. We like, huh? Kid wants to go on the roller coaster, huh? Well, you can't go on the roller coaster all day long, kiddo. It's like, well, kiddo likes to go on the roller coaster, huh? And it's like, well, you're a parent, like you can't go on the roller coaster all day long, So yeah, we like a bull flag, we like a bull pennant, but measured, right? Every now and then we're gonna go on that roller coaster, kiddo. It's not good for you every day. Well, I love the roller coaster, says the kid. Well, I'm your parent, I got to take care of you. It's just not. It's in terms of this, it is that type of thrill, right? Do we hunt them down? Yeah. When they power up and perform, yeah. But I'll tell you, the situation is this underlying event here had a bell pattern formation, had this expansion below here. If you didn't catch the expansion like we did, I tell you, you could have been looking for your flag, you could have been looking for anything else, and you wouldn't have caught it. Boom, we caught this in the back. We were condition green. All right, I mean, I throw up a big condition, boom, sign saying green, bam, just a flowing condition green in the back in our DM. Very important, guys, very, very important. So when you have your, let's say this, in terms of complementary approaches, strategic complementary approach to the market, when you can identify a 72%, this, okay, over here, I'm gonna make this so you can't miss it, but this expansion here. And I'm going to tell you guys, you may say, well, not everyone talks about this. I haven't seen this before. Really, really, really. Well, that's great, guys. I've yet to see the group of 5,000 people who are literally all beating the market every day. They just, guys, I've yet to find it. It is the close, small groups with the information that's based on empirical data over the last 4 decades. If someone were to say that to me and I were looking for the right answers in the market and someone says, oh, it's based on the, let's say the strongest empirical study that has been done on all the technical patterns for the last 4+ decades, and considering, for instance, on the New York Stock Exchange since 1790, all the patterns that had been in play. Oh, okay, that's not, guys. I'll tell you, first of all, it doesn't really resound with that crowd of 5,000 traders. It just doesn't. That's not going to wake them up and inspire them. It's like, oh, wow, we get to learn of all the patterns since 1790 in the New York Stock Exchange. For instance, I bring up the equities, not that we all trade them, but that those patterns are in consideration when we look at this pattern, okay? And yes, there are other patterns in play, but this specific pattern has a higher percentage probability of breaking to the upside than a bull flag. Bottom line, even in a bullish, guys, even in a bull market, do you know that? This has a higher percentage of breaking to the upside than a bull flag, which is why I hunt them. Now, with that said, if I can find a confluence with, let's say, a bull flag and an expansion like this, I'm all over it. But yes, 72. And most people don't appreciate this specific. If you don't trade a lot, guys, if you don't trade a lot, if you don't know your winning percentage, what's your winning percentage? If you trade a lot, you know, or you'd be able to guess pretty well, right? If you're dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin or learning on spot trade and being very selective about your trades, then you may not know your winning percentage. You just may know, well, maybe it's not quite enough, right? What I'll say is this: if you know your winning percentage, and I mean you're close to knowing it down to the guys, the fine grain. You may say, well, it's 52% right now. That'd be great if you know, if you're actually trade journaling what your wins and losses are. I mean, you're taking care of your business at that point, guys. If you're logging your trades, right? Not just review every now and then on your specifics, guys. If you just every now and then, I'm going to take a look at my old orders. Most people do the following. Pay attention. This is very important this morning. And shout out to the VIP. Hope you guys are doing well. Most people do the following. When they have a bad trade, guys, do you do this? Ask yourself if you do this. Key fundamental for today's stream. Do you do what the majority of traders do? When you have a bad trade, most traders don't want to look at the trade data. Bottom line, true or false? When you have a bad trade, the last thing the trader is going to do is go back into and analyze. Yeah, how you doing, guys? Back into the trade and analyze. Okay, where did I get in? Do you redraw your pattern out? Do you look at? Sometimes you'll look at and you'll have a complaint and you're more willing to look into it. If you have a complaint and you're more willing to look into it and say, well, I didn't get a real good price on that. I know I was charged too much on that. Then you'll dig into it. If it's not your fault, you'll dig into the trade history like nobody's business. You'll spend more time on that than you did executing the trade, right? Absolutely. But if you made an error, if you made an error and you know you made an error, the last thing you want to do, the last thing the average trader wants to do is spend time on that trade. Look through the trade history. Figure out exactly, well, what did I really, really do wrong? Hey, look at yourself in the mirror. I'm telling you guys, call out, look at yourself in the mirror. When you make a bad trade, boom, Sit down, reevaluate. That's, guys, you can tell yourself you're going to be King Kong on the next trade. Guys, make sure you're doing that evaluation process. And it's not complicated. It just requires that you try. Honestly, it requires that you try, spend a little time, and requires that you have that level of awareness. Without a doubt, guys, we're seeing a little bit of positive action on Bitcoin. Not bad. We'll get further into the discussion on the technicals. So be aware of that tendency of traders, right? You're just going to throw it out. If it's a bad trade and it was your fault, most traders are just going to throw it out, right? Much less are they going to log it. Listen, much less are they going to log it and get into their win-loss percentage, right? Why is that important? Okay, why is that important? Because once you get into your percentages, not to turn it into a blackjack table or a gambling table or anything like that. I don't want to say about it, well, you have a probability of XYZ of getting into the money on this trade. It feels a little bit more like probabilities associated with gambling. It is a structural approach to, and a fundamental structural approach to the last 40 plus years of empirical data in terms of the patterning. Okay, so when we look at that, it is to the opposite. When you would say, let's say, make a comparison to gambling. No, it is really validating the whole process. When you say the probability on this, it's not divorce it from the casino. Okay, get rid of that in your mind. It is really a validation in terms of the pattern structure and your likelihood to directionally play in the market, to make money if you're directionally associated correctly. So that's an important concept. We're covering a lot today. That's good stuff, guys. Let's take a look at this. So when I say this, and one of the biggest things that I'll tell you guys, and it's the truth. It's the truth. I should let you guys talk. Let's see what NJ's got here. Boom, there you go. Goal is to survive. There you go. Use Atlas platform. It's wonderful. I enjoy the footprints. Hey, there you go. I always go back and look where I was blind. Good man. Good man. I'm going to say VIP. We got some good guys in the back. You'll enjoy being around. We're happy to have you. Boom. And VIP top level membership, just so that you know, we've got back rooms with, this is just what we do, Cooper and everybody else, but we've got back rooms that we cover trade details in terms of this. It is, I tell people the following, and shout out to Chris. Look at Chris's charts. Let's take a look at Chris's charts in the back. Let's see what we got. Chris, these charts are just excellent. I don't know if I can. There we go. It's not wanting me to select that over right now. But to the left there, great charts. But we got all types of stuff here. We've got, let's see if I can find a signal green alerts in terms of this and that, everything else. I don't need to sell it. It sells itself to anybody who really is supposed to be a part of the group and wants to beat the market. And I don't know right now, guys, we've got a commercialized version just for the VIP. We have a commercialized version of things that is being put together quite well. It's being put together quite well is what I'll say. We're excited about that. Shout out to Venus. Nice to be building with you. Wouldn't have it any other way. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't have it any other way, Venus. And as we look at, and again, let's review this expansion, right? But what do we have? The best kept secret in technicals right now in TA would be the popular that you can just see. Yes, the bull flag with the compound bull flag. Frustrated confirmation here, boom, okay? At the preceding level of resistance, we don't necessarily like to see this capitulation beyond that prior resistance. We'd like that to hold. There are a few different patterns in play here. A fan dynamic, not a Gann fan, guys. Fan reversal, okay? Murphy, technical analysis. Let me write that in. And Cooper, nice to see those footprints, right? Nice to see those footprints. A little bit Murphy, TA, Fin Markets. I'm going to put that in there in YIF. Murphy, if you were to disappear in 2 days or tomorrow in 2 minutes, you make sure that book is in your hands. All right? Murphy, John J. Murphy, Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets. That's VIP. All right? So in terms of the details here, and I don't know, Venus, or who else we got here? Commander, where'd you go? Huh? Commander, what are you doing? Commander's doing something up there. I don't know if that's Commander, if that's Commander, huh? That doesn't sound good, huh? It's like, what's that? Never mind. I won't say that, but yeah, never mind. We'll talk. I'll maybe make a call or do something else later, but I don't think it's you. If it is, hey, what's up? Nice to see you trading is all I'll say. In terms of level of resistance here across the top. Now, as we look and shop, we're shopping a little bit in terms of time frames, right? Now, this was a condition green for us, just so that you know. Why? Condition green, why? And I'll even point out where. This is how I challenge VIP. Now, I challenge VIP why, okay, in terms of the traders around us, and they know this. They just know this because I don't want it to be a point and, guys, you know, I'm going to, a point and shoot, bam, and everybody, great, you hit your target, right? You know, if we're out of the firing range, I'm going to line up the rifle for you perfectly. We're going to have it automated. I'm going to even line up the target for you downrange. All right, and now I want you to pull the trigger and boom, hey, you're a champion. Hey, you just got a bullseye. Perfect score of 100. Last 100 shots, perfect. That's not interesting to me. It's not even entertaining to, you guys get the analogy. Let's go to the rifle range. We're going to sit here and practice. We're going to line up your firearm perfectly, and then we're even going to go downwind. And instead of on your end, the downwind, we're going to adjust the target to the extent it would need to be adjusted to compensate for the wind. Don't worry about it. You shoot, hey, 100 out of 100. Right, guys, come on. I want you at least to be challenged in terms of, and I'll just bring this up with the caveat, with the bold-faced statement, liability, exculpation, call it what you will. But I'll bring up a condition green as soon as we see the defining moment across level of support and resistance and an expansion, bottom line. And I'll tell you every single time, be prepared to operate along a level of support. Boom. Every time. Okay, so I'm condition green anytime we get into this pattern, right? And if that just turns you off and it's not interesting enough, I just question if you're really ready to make money in the markets. Boom, I'm going to tell you that. Or maybe it's not interesting because it seems like it takes too much time. On that note as well, I'll ask, are you really ready to make money in the markets? Well, that takes too much time. Are you ready to make money in the markets? You understand how the markets work, the level of discipline and time that they take? Do you understand that? Huh? It's not for the for those who need to be accommodated. Oh, you need to be accommodated. However, you need to be accommodated. If it's not with the right technicals, you can be accommodated with the proper technicals. You can be accommodated with the proper market. Let's say proper empirical data with the market. Okay, in terms of the market. If you're accommodating and needing accommodation in terms of those, right, or facilitated in terms of those issues, then great. You're ready to participate in the market. That's good. You're ready to make money in the market. If, however, you are, shying away from this pattern or that pattern because it's my. I got to get on the phone in a few minutes. I got to get on the phone in a few minutes, and that's not, it's not really worth it for me to set up orders at a level of support. If anyone starts talking, it's just not worth their time really. Set up orders at a level of support. Let it hit into support on a 72% pattern. I know you haven't done the research. I know, let's say this, the research first of all. First of all, you haven't done the empirical research or even have the reference frame of mind to appreciate a 72% likelihood of a pattern going to the upside. You just haven't. I know you haven't. If 72% doesn't encourage you, let's see what else would. There was another thought on my mind here. You don't know your win-loss percentage at all. 72%. If you, that's most traders. This is the biggest fault I see in traders. You guys can receive this or not. When I go talk to a new trader, and I talk to tons of them, guys, and some high level, big-handed traders. Big hands, guys. 9-figure presence in crypto. 9 figures, guys. 500 million, okay? Presence in crypto, okay? 500 million, okay? Big traders. The number one thing I'll say to traders when I meet them one-on-one, mano-a-mano is, well, you really need to participate in the patterns which have the highest probability of moving directionally the way you want it to move, right? And every one of them will look at me like they understand. Oh yeah, it's about those probabilities. Now, if you ask those traders, they talk to me like they understand that. If you ask the traders, as we're watching Bitcoin, and an interesting dynamic on the 45-minute with a bull flag, bam, to the upside downward sloping channel, move to the upside downward sloping channel, and then on the 45-minute, as we're watching That secondary fractal bull flag, trying to confirm, bone to the upside. Listen, the traders make the assumption that they have that data, that they're operating in line with the probabilities, that they understand it's a vague word for them. This is the issue. It's kind of a vague word. As we watch the NASDAQ roll into positive territory along with the SPX. Nicely done. And it looks like I'm gonna have to roll in. We'll stick with the NASDAQ and S&P right now. What do you got here? The Matic chart, great breakout. What'd you do with Matic? Did you get Matic? Nicely done, Venus. Nicely done. I shouldn't have to ask. Did you get that trade? We may look at Matic. There we go. Nicely done. Hey, we get to look at that Matic chart. I liked Matic. Now, she can be tricky. You guys need to know she can be tricky. Most tricky element is a possible, I don't want to say it right now. Enjoy those profits, Venus. Way to go. That's a nice move. Did we catch that at the level of support in the back? Boom. Let's look at this, guys. Let's look at this. Matic doing I'll explain this chart. It's a nice chart, guys. It's a nice chart. It's a structurally included bull pennant. You don't see many of these. It's nice. That's a nice structurally included bull pennant here. Let me get into this percentage gain. Way to go, Venus. I can bring you guys all the information. I'll tell you, you have to hit the button. What is Venus good at? You guys know, what is Venus good at? She's good at hitting the button. Look at this, 20%. Wow, 20% since this level of support. Now, I'm not sure where we caught this in the back. We had that structural level across the bottom there, but a 20% overall move from this pick up in this zone. Nicely done. Move to the upside, then we have that symmetrical consolidation, right? And guys, we'll trade Matic. She rolls. She does. She can light up your pocketbook from now to then. She just can, okay? She had a lot of volatility in 2021. We traded Matic, and I'll tell you, it's the closest thing to soybean futures. If you look at the old soybean futures chart, guys, soybean futures had a ton of volatility. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to see volatility, guys, this volatility in 2021, did you trade this? If you didn't, Matic probably didn't show up on your radar. But in a number of short days, up 300%. Short days, guys, 2-3 days. Then what was it, guys? Down 60. It was down 70% in the next 4 days. Then it was literally up again 200% in the next 2 days. Literally hundreds of percents down, bam, 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 up that is. But literally huge swinging volatility. If you think that, well, that was just another crypto pump and dump. No, the chart is very similar to soybean futures. If you look back, and the New York Institute of Finance that we focus on has a nice comparative of, comparable chart to Matic. And so we still focus on it. I'm glad that you caught that move. Venus, way to go. We also caught this specific bull flag in the back on the daily. That was a sweet move. This, boom, before the markets really got going, before Bitcoin got going, and kind of raised our eyebrow a little bit in terms of, hold on, Matic just went through a formalized 50% move on a bull flag. What's going on? A little bit, right? Because Bitcoin was just sitting there, huh? You had Matic and I think Doge because of the buyout of Twitter by Elon. But that's a beautiful move. Look at what we just caught in the back. Boom, 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 boom. Nicely done. Venus, strong move, very strong move. And nice design. Nice design in terms of that pattern formation. That's one we'll celebrate today. Hey, what's up? Can't wait to see those returns in BIP. You want to see who else caught it in the back, because we did. I brought this to you guys. And what do we have? Here we go. You guys are like, here we go. What do we have? The launch sequence included what? Pay attention. Relevance to Bitcoin, to any coin, to any asset, last 40 plus years. 40 plus years of market information. What was the launch code, guys? What was the launch code? Bam. You see this? Guys, I don't just talk about these things for no reason. What was the launch code? What did you have? Yes. Bam, bam. You had that specific, guys. Beautifully well done. You had that wedge, right? Expanding wedge. We call them bells. We rock. Boom, the bells to the upside. Okay? We have some key figures, guys, rocking the bells, a blackjack move. We've got some different what would you call them, guys? Just different moves that are all founded in. If you don't know what a blackjack is, hey, that's okay. That's our deal. Yeah, what's up? You guys know that. Shout out to all the VIP. Shout out to Yasmina. I see you there on your picture right now, Yasmina. Recently married. Nice to have you in VIP. Nice to trade with you, Yasmina. I see Steve O. Steve O, what's up, my man? We may be up a little early, or who knows, in terms of who all may be here. So we want to shout out. We have Cooper and Commander in the field today in terms of the traders. What's up? Nice to have you guys. Former military. They are out there and they are here as well. So Matic with a nice move. You guys would have caught that move in the back with us, Cooper, etc. So I know you guys are trading what you're trading. So let's see what we got. In terms of move to the upside, this is also replicated on the 4 hourly. We have a bit of a constriction on the 4 hourly that's not necessarily present on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin again, okay? Bitcoin again. What a tough, she's a tough cookie, isn't she? Bitcoin? I just tell you, if you're looking, and this is a good lesson as to why I'm focused on these bells, okay? These specific expansions. And pay attention to this like you haven't paid attention to anything in a while, please, okay? I've said that a few times this morning. I mean it on this one. I mean it on this one. Please pay attention on this. Listen, as you would look at the specifics, as you would dig into, okay, your participation in the market. I tell all the VIP all the time, the ones that I really trade with, or I know, or I want them to really sink in and do well in the market. What do I tell them? Stay away from the binary. Boom. And I mean binary, let's say an exclusive, a 0 or 1 computation, a yes or no in the market, a right or wrong, an up or down, a 50-50 split. Stay away from the binary, okay? And I mean that 0 or that 1. I mean Bitcoin's going to go up or it's going to go down. The number one question I get at all when people know what I do and the amounts that we've handled in the past, the trade group, our success, they ask me all the time, the first question I always get, the simplest question, is Bitcoin going up or down? Guys, that is the binary. That is the 0, the 1. That is the on off, that is the up down. And for most of you, the problem is the following. When you're in the mode of selecting and answering the most fundamental question, which you start with, is Bitcoin going up or down? What does it do to you? Or anything that you trade, what does it do to you? It throws you into a series of events, okay, or a series of, we can say analytics. To your level of technical analysis, that approach, the binary, the up or the down, the yes or the no, okay, consistently saying, is it going up, is it going down? How does it get dangerous? It becomes dangerous in the following regard. Because most of you who are VIP are not equipped to get the advantage, the absolute advantage, the turnkey, boom, bam, advantage. 72% of the time, we're going to be right. You get into the binary, you're going to get into your different time frames. You're going to start looking at, well, a flag here, an ascending triangle here, this, that here, this, that here, my momentum indicator versus my RSI versus, hey, you're way gone into the binary. Now, the issue, what it'll do to people who aren't focused on the number one patterns, on the highest performing patterns, 72%, what it will do is it will chop you up. You will, the more that you involve yourself in a binary, in an up or down, in a 50-50, near 50-50. And you may say, well, I've got 60% on my pattern. Maybe your pattern is 60%. Okay, that's fine. We're going to focus on the 72%. Right? What it's going to do as you focus on, is it going up or is it going down? The more that you involve yourself in a 50-50 split situation, you are compounding, listen up, guys, you are compounding, okay? Compounding your failure, your probability of failure. Because you can get it right one time, and if you're at a 55-45 split in the market, you're going to get it right one time. Guys, the next time, I see this all the time. The guys that just want to say, well, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. When you're in that mode and you're not operating on extremely well-defined principles of probabilities, 70% and above, no. We're going to smoke you. You're not even going to be relevant for us. You're going to be out of the market. You're going to be gone. All right? Because you're operating in that binary mode. Hey, VIP are like, you got it right, huh? Wake up and good morning, California. Sun's up. What's up, guys? Listen, so when we're in the 70%, 72% probability, and I don't mean that you have an idea that, you kind of think that your pattern is probably, I think I have an 80% pattern, you might think. You are gone. You don't even know, you don't have any of the structural framework. You don't have any of the authoritative framework to give you that. If you do, contact me in the back. And let us review that. Let's see if it's the most comprehensive work that's in existence. I know it's not. And if it is, and you're at that level, you're already aces with us, okay, if you're plugged into the right materials. But understand that binary, right? That up or the down, the question of is it going to the right or the left? You're going to get it right. You might get it right 2 or 3 times in a row. It's going to kill you. It's going to annihilate you, though. That 50-50 split, the guess on the pattern, which isn't the 72%, right? I mentioned 72%. I keep mentioning the 72%. And what that does for us, VIP, as long as we are literal lock and load on 72% in the pattern framework and bringing that, this is the good thing, bringing that into, if we can bring that into the scope of our other patterns, we bootstrap that into everything else that everyone's guessing at, right? I'll find a bearish pattern right now that shouldn't be going up right now in a different time frame that someone else is shorting and saying, well, that's my favorite pattern to short. We'll find it right now in another time frame. So focus on that. And I tell people just stay away from the binary, right? When we look at those situations, guys, that means a lot to me that you can understand what's being discussed in terms of maximizing your performance in the market. And I don't mean to be, I'm never condescending, guys. That's not the goal at all, to condescend at all. Look at the 4 hourly. It's nice. Is it better than the 45-minute? Probably so for us. It brings up a nice element of the equation as we look at now the bull flag's a bit messy here, all right? And it has a contraindication. Here we go. Why did I choose the 45-minute? It's cleaner for purposes of presentation, right? It's cleaner for purposes of presentation in terms of that bull flag to the downside. There we go. In terms of the bell formation, which is still there, which is breaching that level of resistance, okay? Bam, okay? Now, as we were to discuss the elements, it's never, guys, it's never my way or the highway. It's just not. So you guys know our group, and so our group knows that as well. It's not our way or the highway. It's not my way or the highway. It's literal the last, like, if I can, put my hands on the information from 1790 forward with the markets, U.S. markets, I'm going to go ahead and do that, okay? Right? If I can, and I have, swipe my little library card up into Harvard Business School and chill out and let's just study and let's, do what we need to do at Harvard. I'll tell you, that if they have the right information and I can source it and I can put it into process for profit, I'm going to do it. I've done it. You guys, with all of the information that you can gather from the market since 1790 on the New York Stock Exchange and comprehensively in the last 4 decades, if you can put that information and source it together, bam, and stack it, and yes, put that into play for you and your profit, guys, it ain't my way, right? And unfortunately, this probably does get taken. And VIP, you probably know that. Or maybe some people just disagree. Maybe people have their own way. It's not my way or the highway. It's literal the markets. I'm very good at finding right answers. Anybody who knows me and knows what I've studied and how well I've done I was number 1 in Intel. I just was. And guys, not affiliated with formal anything at all, okay? But I'll get into all the details. But I was number 1 in Intel. Big group of people. Big group of people. Huge, right? Number 1. Why? Because I always wanted to find the right answer. I would not quit until I found the right answer. I don't care if it took me 48 hours straight, 72 hours straight, 2-3 weeks straight. I'm going to find the right answer. That's me. That's me. Believe it or not. You wouldn't just think, well, intelligence. Interesting. Okay, so Intel. I studied strategic military intelligence at the master's level. Certified, okay? Listen, the reason I was number 1, right, and rank up out of how many? Guys, I'm not going to say it. It sounds like I'm just showing off. I'm not going to say how many. It's a huge number, okay? Why was I number 1? Because I refused to allow myself to participate in something when I didn't know the right answer. It was just that simple. Just find the right answer. So that's what I really enjoyed doing in the markets. That's it, bottom line. It doesn't mean it's my way. right? If you want to say it's VIP way, if you disagree with it, I encourage you to go on the mission of finding the right answer. And I know you'll agree with what we're saying. We're good enough. I'm good enough. You'll agree with what I've said. And until then, if you're on that journey of finding the right answer, hey, good luck. Don't spend too much money. Don't spend too much money trying to find that right answer. I'll tell you that. And part of the right answer is what? For the VIP. What are we prepared for at any point in time? First of all, we like exposure to the upside. Anytime we have a 72% chance. And when you get into this, in terms of the analytics, let's see what we got. There you. Thank you for bringing the Matic chart. Great breakout. Hey, Venus, nice. Very nicely done, Venus. Nice to see you hit that button. Ba-boom. What I'm going to say is this. In terms of trading, the key, and this is part of the right answer too. People don't want to, and it's not just the new traders, guys. Not just the new traders. I told you yesterday, it's up with the literal guys. You know, you can say 9-figure. Most people don't know what 9 figures is. What do you mean 9 figure? Like 7 figures, $1 million. 9 figures is what? Well, that's like 1, 2. Everyone counting up. Yeah, you got it. That's like 100 million plus, 100 million to 999 million plus, right? Got it? Okay, so it's the same issue that a new trader's going to deal with, wanting to make more money now, wanting to be all in now. Part of the answer as well, the right answer, guys, the right answer is understanding that your level of participation at this level, due to the dynamics involved, and when you know the split of authorities, it's really nice. It's really nice. You'll never question when you really know the split in authorities, etc. Why in the world you should always be prepared to operate along a level of support. Boom. You'll never question it. Ever question it. And when you know how to trade and to participate where we're at, right here on top, okay? When you're able to participate right here on top and you're prepared along that level of support, guys, it's nice. It means you're managing your money appropriately. From what people tell me, just from what people tell me, they're capable of managing their exposure appropriately. And that's all we want around us, guys. I'll tell you, we will take the right guys, the right girls in our trade group. We want the disciplined traders. We just do. We have our 100 rounds. If you guys don't know what 100 rounds is, we have some videos on it, etc. But it is, for all intents and purposes, day trader training. 100 rounds. I challenge anybody on this, if you're not booking positive trades, VIP, listen up, guys. If you're not booking four consecutive positive trades anytime you want to, okay, most likely, probably, what are you doing? You're losing. Your account is going down. All right? Okay? When you get to the point, based on repetitive, rapid fire, hit through it, 100 rounds of light exposure in the market. Light exposure, right? Every trade is what? 1/100th. Every trade amount is what? 1/100th of a comfortably expendable amount of cash. Hey, okay. 1/100th of a comfortably expendable amount of cash. Every trade. Back off that much until you can book 4 positive trades. Why would you go heavier in cash when you cannot book positive trades? If you literally cannot take, I use this example and people hate it because they hate of thinking of trading with a literal quarter. They think there's worth so much more than that. And it's awful to recognize, and you guys know this to be the truth. VIP will say, you bet it right. If you cannot stack in the market a literal quarter, 1 quarter, boom, and stack 4 of those into a literal dollar, then what are you doing trading $2,500 or $25,000 or $2.5 million? Or guys, if you can't stack, I'm just asking, what are you doing if you can't stack a quarter into a dollar in the market? What are you doing? Trying to stack 2,500 instead. Or I'm going to stack 250,000. Oh my gosh, guys. No, you're going to convince yourself it's different? Work on stacking quarters. Work on it. And then maybe you get into the routine and you're talking with your guys in the back and everything else. And a quarter to you then is what? Well, then a quarter is $250,000 a pop. Bam, 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 bam. Let's stack this into $1 million. Hey, but you're going to cost yourself that $1 million the same way you're going to cost yourself that dollar. Yeah. You're going to cost yourself that $1 million if you're stacking 250 grand. You bet it, guys. The same way you're going to cost yourself $1 if you're stacking literal quarters and you can't do the process. Hey, that's VIP. We know this to be true, right? It's just common sense, guys. Oh, hope you guys are doing well. You big dogs out there, listen. Hey, the biggest thing, the traders can say, I got more quarters, huh? And they'll say it, you'll use it as a defense. You'll use it as a defense. I got more quarters, man. I got more quarters. Great if you're operating and trying to build into the dollars. $25. Roll with something that's going to, in terms of your training, that's going to keep your attention and focus on the market. You'll be surprised at how little amount of money you'll do it. Now, it needs to be relevant. I deal with big cats a lot of the times. Relevant for them. Okay, fine. I'll throw $5,000 into it. Hey, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. That may be the literal equivalent of a quarter to them. Okay? But they understand the process and they start to lose that. It's just, once you get down the 4 positive trades, pay attention. Once you get down the 4 positive trades, I mean, you can go to the market anytime you want to and book 4 positive trades. And who's good at that? Everybody know that? VIP are good at that. Shout out to Venus. Hey, shout out to Leon in 100 rounds. What's up, Leon? Leon just got to the point from Scotland. Big and large in the charts. What's up, Leon? Cost of doing business, almost, yeah. In terms of that framework, that mindset, just don't let you. I just want you guys to build into. You guys see this Adani empire? Mr. Call It Like He Sees It on all the shorts. That was bad news. You guys see that Adani empire? Ouch! 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 Man, watching Bloomberg to the right here. Big stuff, huh? Adani guy got smoked. Do you want to be right all the time? It's a great question. Adani, the guy is overseas. He's known for calling. He's the shot caller, I'll tell you, right? You have in trading, you have some different things, right? Is he the King Kong trader of shorts? Well, he's kind of the shot caller, right? He's the guy who's going to call the shots. And they're getting it for manipulation right now, some different issues. I won't catch you up on all the details. This is a big deal, guys. It's a big deal. He's like tens and tens and tens, maybe hundreds of billions of dollars. I don't know how big the meltdown will be, but it's a big deal. So he was right all the time on every short, right? A little bit kind of reminds of some different issues that have come up. So hopefully that works itself out, but I'm watching that on Bloomberg right now. So it... And I don't know, the issue is this: if you start a little smaller, okay, if you start smaller and you don't just like try and, weather the storm and accustom yourself to losing while you're becoming consistent, the danger is this: you become very familiar with losing, right? And losing larger amounts of money. You may have bigger stacks of quarters, literal $250,000, but don't worry about it. And I've heard this, guys. I hear the voices, and it's okay in terms of the prior. The prior conversations I've had. London, don't worry about it. I got the cash, don't worry about it. I know you have the cash, but I deal with, the 9-figure guys. It's $500 million, You're going to be an Adani? I don't know, he's bleeding today. It's just not, it's not comfortable for you. You guys tell me if you have a difference, if you want to lose bigger. Maybe if you say, I want to learn a bigger lesson. Maybe. You let me know what your take is on everything. You let me know how you're structured in, if you disagree with things that we say. Hey, it's a good right for us to do that. Hey, what's up? So in terms of the formation, guys, this is taking a while for this to play out. We talked about it yesterday, didn't we? We talked about this in live stream. If you paid attention and you got involved at the level of support, if you got in at 100x, it was a tight pickup, wasn't it? It was a nice pickup. Hey, yeah, it was. So you're at the equivalent. You've replayed the top line function 14 hours or so. Yeah, 24 hours ago, we were talking about what? We were talking about the specific, we left on the note of the descending triangulation, right? We did. We left on that note, descending triangulation. We got the break to the downside. We got 100% completion. Yeah, you guys know what that is, right? That ain't on your footprints. Boom, 100% completion to the downside. Why is that relevant? Okay, why is it relevant? Because you have a higher percentage, pay attention, you have a higher percentage generally on A. And I tell VIP all the time, what happens underneath? What happens underneath descending triangles? VIP, what happens? What happens, VIP? You guys know this. We know this. Buyers become very interested. Hey, buyers become very interested underneath descending triangles, but they're bearish. Yeah. What do the probabilities tell you about the move underneath a descending triangle? What does it tell you guys? Huh? You know your probabilities? No. People, no. Buyers become very interested under descending triangles. Why? Why? What kind of books you guys got? You pros out there, huh? You guys, huh? Scruff and scruff, huh? What do you got? Why does a buyer become interested underneath a descending triangle? Why? Huh? I want to challenge you guys. So when I mention a book, you buy it. Period. And one of the problems of making information readily accessible on YouTube or otherwise, one of the biggest problems of making information readily accessible and giving it away for free. I'm telling you guys, a big issue with the whole process and procedure. When you have valuable information and you're willing just here you go, just take that, you go do that, you go do that. People don't value it. And it can be the most, I'll tell you, it can almost be, I'll tell you guys, it can literally almost be weaponized against a person. I'll just tell you that. It can literally be designed, pay attention, it can literally be designed, I could design this literally or design a conversation in the way that's presented with or for someone or against someone. Very interesting. I see it, okay? I know how to structure in trades, okay? I know how to structure them in. I can, let's say for instance, if someone wants to know how to structure in a $5 million position, a hedge, they don't know, they want to structure in a $5 million position. I can push into it, let's say this, I can push into it and I can draw it out on a blackboard. I can get involved with it. I can sit them down with a prototape, X-review on actual tapes from actual, let's say we pull it out of the room with some other trade table. I'm saying, let's sit down and listen to exactly what went on. Listen to what exactly went on the trade table and exactly what went on in this specific type trade on a multi-billion-dollar trade table. Engaged on a year or on a month or a week. Well, let's see. Let's see what they exactly said and executed the trades. The point is this: if I make the information readily available, no problem, just for free, well, it's just one more of your considerations on the day. It's just one more thing you're going to look at and say, well, yeah, I might go get that book. The guy said I should go get the book. Yeah, you're not taking it as the prize that it is. And it's interesting because I can offer the information for free. I can offer it for free. And I know the tendency of people, if they get something for free, it's worthless for them. Literally. And and VIP, you know me well enough. VIP, London knows, it's just, I've been around since I was a young cat, okay? I'm telling you, while you were not studying in high school, listen up. While you were not studying in high school, fortunately, what was I doing? I was literally reading the New York Institute of Finance day trader materials, the entire master course, literal book, institutional framework book. I was going through the New York Institute of Finance where Wall Street traders go to school. I was reading that 5 and 6 times, cover to cover, in high school. All right, I did all my homework 2 weeks before. So my teachers would let me read the New York Institute of Finance. I went to a prep school and got into Duke, only school I applied to, graduated 3 years, okay? So I did my homework early. And so I've been around a long time in terms of, since high school, looking at the right answers, how to formulate them into the right design. I know a few people who have been at it for as long as I have. Okay, just since such an early age with the right materials. Let's say that, for not as long, but since an early age with the right materials. Shout out to Will, he's 19 years old, he's VIP. He's got the right materials right now. Heck yeah, 19. Shout out to Sophie, what's up? Venus, I hope you're doing well. Sophie is a friend of VIP, young. How old is Sophie? Sophie, is it, I have to say she's young. She's about Will's age. 19. Will's in VIP, 19. Sophie, a little bit, just slightly. Not much at all. Younger. And what I'll say is this. To have the exposure and the ability to start getting the commanding answers from such a young age, you learn how to sift through. I mean, I can tell you guys. I mean, while the residual now is looking at the CNBC, ooh, what's the next deal? Or looking for the next answer in the next Discord group or the next Telegram group. You got to be out of your minds. Honestly, you've got to be out of your minds. I'm going to tell you, if you're looking for your next play, your authoritative move on your next. And this is where I conflict with YouTube. I don't mean to disparage YouTube. Could it be a problem? Sure, it could be a problem. With my profile with YouTube, I don't mean to disparage YouTube. It's just that generally the right answers are not available. If there is a free element in the market, generally free information will present you with it's a maxim, isn't it, guys? You know this. But free information, as we look at this specific pattern, support, resistance, slight breaking of the line of resistance. Now, what's the probability that this were to occur? From a pickup here, 1.8% move thus far. What's the probability that this would occur? 72%. Boom. Were you scheduled into that move? Maybe not. What would have given you the impetus? Yesterday's stream, right? Level of support, level of resistance, catch, always prepared to operate at a level of support. Beautiful pickup in line with this perfect amplitude, move down 100%. To finish this comment very quickly, I catch myself when we haven't gone over technicals for a minute and I try and reframe. What do we know as well? That buyers didn't just become interested at the 100% level. I can turn the wicks on if need be. I won't. But at the, at the 50%. Why are we interested in the 50%? Because we understand fractional performance and percentage probabilities along with fractional performances, right? Absolutely. A 50%, right? A move of a descending triangle to the 50% area has what of an advantage over the 100%? What is it, guys? What's the advantage? VIP know this. There's a higher probability of moving to the 50% and not beyond than there is of completing fully down to the 100%. You start thinking of laddering. You start thinking of scaling. Yeah. You guys got that right. But this was a nice move, without a doubt. Nice move down into that zone. And I want to shout out to all the VIP. Hope you guys are doing well. Just wanted to stream this morning. What do we got? About 7:30. We've been on for about an hour. Let's see what we have. I want to see. I'll take a look at. And I have this plays live for anybody online. Okay, it does. It plays live. Bloomberg when I'm watching on the right hand side. And what do we have in the back? Just to reframe your minds, because I want to revisit the notion. If you don't have a screen of MACD 24/7, 365 next to whatever you're trading, go multi-time frame. Get a screen with nothing but MACD. Where is it? Right there. Bam. Over here. Nothing but MACD. Use the indicator. Don't hop around and this and that. Well, it's on this time frame here or this time switch screens. Get one screen, a refurbished $15 screen, and put it up with MACD. Bam. Put another screen up. Get a refurbished screen for $15 and put it up. Boom. With RSI. Multi-time frame RSI. $15. Get a refurbished screen. Make sure you have the information in front of you, guys, at your disposal 24/7, 365, so you're going to be in a commanding position in the market, guys. That's what I want you guys to have. I have it. We have it. It's a big deal. See the difference, guys. See the difference. All right? So 2023 is just getting started. We're in a beautiful place right now, just to let you guys know. Beautiful neighborhood. I haven't really shown you guys enough of this headquarters, but I want to let you know we're going to be moving headquarters. Why are we moving around headquarters? I know it's a lot of transition, but we're just getting into La Jolla, okay? We wanted to be on the water. We've been on the water. Now we're in a nice Mediterranean-style house up on the hillside. Amazing spot up on the hillside. We're thinking of going, and we have a viewing today and guys, this is a, let me see if I get that view again. I don't know if I can. Yeah, it's just a nice big space, beautiful space, Mediterranean-style home. As we look at things, I'm just updating VIP on what our thought is. We're going to go look at some places today that are structured around San Clemente, okay? San Clemente is a I think a few presidents have had kind of West Coast White Houses there. It's a nice place, guys. Very, very nice place, San Clemente, California. And to the extent that it is also structured very well right next to the Ritz-Carlton. So we're looking at it, it's in proximity to one of the nicest Ritz-Carltons you'll ever go to. Literally a nice Ritz-Carlton. Back in the day, I started off with consulting work, okay, doing financial consulting at some really high levels, really, really high levels, guys. International, kind of on team number one. It was pretty cool. I got, it was a nice deal, but like, number one team worldwide, it was a cool deal. And they put me up at the Ritz-Carlton for 6 months, a year. It was very nice. So I've lived at the Ritz-Carlton. So that's when I was young, a young cat, maybe a year out of undergrad. So I just lived at the Ritz-Carlton. So that's just a nice thing for us to look at it. When we look at the headquarters right now, I just want to let you guys know we're going to maybe turn that leaf over because we want a cool place. And I'll just say this for a minute. We want a cool place that VIP can come hang out and come visit us. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to all the VIP. I'm not just going to I keep inviting Luke because he's told me, well, we'll get in the car, we'll take the family, we'll do something, we'll get down there. That's VIP. So when we look at the place that we're looking at today and we look at the structural kind of framework, sorry for that blackout camera. It only handles 4 cameras. I keep going and hitting that 5. I don't know why. But as we look at things and we build into the group, and guys, this is the question I'll ask you guys today. All right? And it's an interesting question. Venus, I'll do this for you as well. I say this to Venus quite a bit because we're building VIP, and the numbers will take care of themselves once we're commercialized, right? We're going to turn into some different keys and some advertising, some different things as we watch Bitcoin doing well on the pattern. That's nice. That's a nice move. For VIP, you already know you're in the money. Boom, boom, boom. Nice pick up here. Yeah. What's up, guys? Matic doing well also. Matic had a deep dig, didn't it? Really deep dig. So, and as we would look at this, I want you to ask yourselves this question as VIP. All right? And that's our group, guys. That's our trade group, has been. We've been extremely successful. Literally some of the biggest trades in crypto. We don't brag every day. Literally some of the biggest trades in crypto, 2021. Big, guys. Big. Okay? Some of them you know about, some of them you don't. All right? Some of them you do not. Okay? Big trades. So, but when we talk about things, there is a dynamic, and I'll just tell you guys this. There's a dynamic. We're going to have a separate room. I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody this. We're going to have a separate room in VIP called the hedge room, okay? We're going to have a primary room as things commercialize out, and it'll be the regulars. It'll be, I'd say the regulars, but the intro level, okay? But we're going to have another room, all right? The hedge room. We're going to have that. And it's fitting well within the question that I'll present to you today. Would you rather, and I tell Venus all the time, I ask people that I know, if you had a way to really make money, it's an interesting question for everyone. If you had a way to really make money, and go ahead and debate it, whether or not we do. We focus on 40 plus years of market history, okay, on the highest probabilities in the market. And that's the question presented. If you had a way to make money in the market, listen, if you had a way to make money in the market, would you just give it away to everybody? Would you? What would you do? Would you want just a big group of strangers along with you? Just everybody go ahead, everybody. Let's go ahead, everyone just make money. Guys, very interesting. As you talk about a YouTube algorithm, or you talk about the way that a group is structured, you guys, some of you know this, yeah, very interesting, huh? If you were to have a means by which you could, with a near level of certainty or statistical probability, okay, if you were to be able to fashion a way to consistently make money in the market, would you want to do it? Would you want to do it with a big group? I don't know, guys. It's part of VIP. It's part of the process we get into. So I'm solving that equation a little bit with the hedge room. Hey, the hedge room. We're going to have what, guys? And I'm going to bring this to the side because we're almost done with the stream, okay? I'm going to bring this to the side. In the hedge room, as we watch Bitcoin performing nearly perfectly, and remember that best hidden secret. Remember the best hidden secret, the 45 minutes? What do you have on the 45 minute? I'll go through this real quickly. The 45 minutes you have this. I'll back off. One more time, the best hidden secret right now on Bitcoin. Everybody knows who watched the stream in the beginning. If you're not catching us early enough, make sure you're catching us. We went through this specific pattern yesterday. opportunity. We were condition green, which means what? Buy below. You're in a bullish pattern. Did you catch that? We're in a condition green, which means what? Buy below. We're in a bullish pattern. All right, fine. I know you guys hate to set an order and make some cash in a bullish pattern like you just did here. Bam. But on the 45-minute, we have a move to the upside, downward sloping channel, and we have a secondary confirmation fractal, repeat, bull flag. Okay? Bam, bam. So this would be a situation if Bitcoin decides to really launch. You're looking at the launch code right there. Could we abort? Yeah, we could abort, right? But you're comfortably in the money right now, and literally your equation is the following. Do I want to take profits? Now that's a good day. I'm going to tell you, that is a good day when you're looking at something. Oh, do I want the profits? Do I want the money? And you guys know, if you say no enough, she'll make you hunt to get back in the situation for another period of hours, maybe minutes, right? But that's the key situation that we're currently looking at on the 45 minutes. So you guys pay attention to that. I'm glad that we could bring you some technicals that wound up producing in terms of profits over the last couple of days. Structured in with a couple guys today in terms of the chats. I want to shout out to Commander. I want to shout out to MJ Cooper. Loud and proud. We got Chris, not U.S., almost said U.S. military. No, he's Australian. What's up, Chris? Hope you're doing well, my brother. Good to be trading with you. He's VIP. Joint forces in the house. I'll tell you that. In terms of military, etc. We don't have too many VIP that aren't tough guys. Most have either military experience or have family, sometimes parents, grandparents, or brothers, sisters, or nephews, nieces in the armed forces. You guys got that right. So it's just kind of the way that things developed around here. Bunch of tough guys and girls. So what we'll say is this, and I was going to tell you guys on the side here what we're going to do. Hedge fund, hedge room, etc. We're going to build it. It's in the process of working. We're going today to look for new headquarters for you. Okay? It's going to be, I say for you because it's going to be it's going to be kind of our premiere that we're looking for, and I don't want to promise too much because we don't know where we're going. We're on a tight leash, but the headquarters, this is a nice place here, and we haven't had time to really develop into you guys coming in and doing different things and having guests. So we're going to look today, and one of the crown jewels next over to close over towards, let me correct my diction, over towards the Ritz-Carlton, which is a nice spot north of La Jolla where we've been, but we're excited about doing that for you guys. And we're excited about having that presence and that just the ongoing hunt to make this a better trade group. That's what we're into. So some additional time at the Ritz-Carlton could be required. We will tell you guys how that goes. I'm a former resident of the Ritz-Carlton, so we'll see. In terms of what the market's also looking into, clearly the top line resistance. You guys know, clearly top line resistance, and clearly the expansion mode of a broadening top. Now, broadening top has what? Some distinct, pay attention, some distinct probabilities associated with it. We don't like those broadening top necessarily, unless you're looking at Elliott Wave International. Elliott Wave International, huh? The thorn in the side, right? You're going to have a nice apex point to deal with in terms of targeting to the upside, which will make this a nice move if and when we can, guys, get up and above. Now, I will say that we had some positive news. We got here for the open just a few minutes late, but we had some positive news in terms of inflation. The key to this entire move for equities and Bitcoin is the following, guys. Revolves around a situation that the top-notch technical crew, which would be Morgan Stanley. I'll tell you, if you don't know Morgan Stanley, you don't know much. Well, let's see here. Scotland, what's up? Been busy. Troops, what's up? I'll rewatch. There you go. We have some good stuff in here. There, actually, some very good stuff. It'll benefit you. It'll benefit you. I'll just tell you that. I wouldn't say otherwise. I have no reason to say otherwise. Some good stuff. Without a doubt, Scotland. Nice to have you here, brother. What's up? So, as we would, where are we at? Scotland, a bit of a distraction. Let's say this. You're in a position to take profits right now. We're in a fractal, a selective fractal, but Morgan Stanley is what we were talking about. Morgan Stanley. the top shop for TA around on the street. Recognize, I'm going to say, touted by Bloomberg. And you guys heard my story. Bloomberg, what's Bloomberg? Right? It's just, I don't like Bloomberg. You can say you don't like it, but you're going to go to, if you go to Harvard Business School, you're going to get a library interest, you're going to get a library card. It's going to be where? In the Bloomberg building. Okay? Structurally integrated with the top line business professionals is Bloomberg. All right? All right? Okay. So as we would talk about Morgan Stanley, which has said to fade this bear rally. That's a lot of heat on that, isn't it, guys? Fade, you guys know, 7 weeks ago, fade the S&P 500 at 3,900. Yeah, it's a big call. So I pay attention to those guys, all right? That's the one shop that I say, and I've been, guys, around in terms of where all I've decided to work or not around the years, but they made me an official offer. I said no. And I just bring that up because I still pay attention. I regard them. I applied. That's the bottom line. I regard them as the most highly respectable TA shop and group of traders around. Okay, they're smart guys. Okay, they're smart guys. Morgan Stanley. So I love this moment. And in terms of the what are they caught up into? As I talked about this in Scotland, you'll hear this again. They're kind of in the binary. They're kind of in the, is it going up or is it going down? And the markets, especially Bitcoin, due to volatility, number of conflicting patterns, as you continue to play the binary, as you continue to play this binary of what's it going to do today, go up or go down? Wrong question, wrong way to play the markets, because you're just compounding, as you're compounding into this eventuality that you're going to be wrong. You show up every day, and you're going to be popular when you're right. You're going to be a disaster when you're wrong. When you play this 50-50 split, right or wrong, up or down, and I say binary, 0 or 1, like coding, right? Coding, right? It's going to be 0 or 1, up or down, right or wrong. If you're going to continue and say, which hand is it in? Which hand is the quarter in behind my back? You want to play that with the market? You're going to look like a genius. You got it right 3 times in a row. Hey, now. You're going to be guessing like that when you're not plugged into the probabilities. And I mean plugged into probabilities, not like you think you understand them. Well, no, probabilities. Oh, yeah. You need to know down to the last digit. Literal 72% probability. This thing's going to the upside or downside. Don't get into this nebulous up or down, right or wrong. I like this pattern, I don't. Guys, that's the binary. That's the 50-50 split. That's what's going to cause you a lot of pain in the pocketbook. Okay, so we're always plugged into the specifics in terms of, we're always plugged into that higher echelon, that higher caliber empirical data. That's what makes us VIP. Happy to have you guys this morning. This is London. I hope you guys are well. Scotland, go back, watch the rest of the stream, and looking forward to that hedge room. We'll see how that all works out. We'll talk with the developers, etc. And guys, we're looking forward to those new digs, right? Those new headquarters that are incoming. We will have that. We'll be in it next week. It'll be exciting if we're near the Ritz-Carlton, guys, over in Laguna Niguel. Hey, you guys are going to have some fun coming to visit VIP. I'll tell you that Ritz-Carlton is nice. Nice. Beautiful beach with surf underneath. It's nice. We're going to get out there and surf. The waves are pretty peaceful, kind of calm, not too aggressive. If you haven't surfed before, we'll get out there and do some surfing. The beach, you guys listen up. The beach at the Ritz-Carlton reminds of the beach in Inception. Remember the movie with DiCaprio? As we look at the channel formation here with Bitcoin to the upside, this level trying to hold. The beach where DiCaprio wakes up on outside of the Asian Palace, that huge, massive cliffs everywhere, all this different stuff, it's just like the beach under the Ritz-Carlton. It's one of our favorite places to go eat, guys, VIP style, VIP lunches, etc. We go there. We love it. VIP dinners, lunches, all this stuff. And that beach is critical because it was actually filmed, that beach, and that scene was actually filmed in that region. So when you show up and you go to the Ritz-Carlton, it's like, whoa, this place looks cool. It's just like being in the movie Inception, which is really cool. If you know that movie, it's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, hope you're doing well. Let's dig in the back and we'll get into the conditions. Are we conditioned green? You guys got it. Are we conditioned green? What does that mean? Always ready to buy at lower levels, particularly on support. You guys got that right, huh? That's what VIP is all about in terms of understanding your participation in the market. We want you to understand it better than anybody else, guys. This is a little bit of a redraw on the pattern that just made VIP some money. What are we seeing? Capitulation back through the level of resistance. Okay, we'll talk about the dynamics in play in the back. Hunt for a flat top would be the next. Hunt for a flat top. What does that mean? Flat top resistance. What does that indicate? Presence of buyers. What is it also? A natural point for a take at a preceding pivot in the market. You guys know. What's the pattern in play? Potential ascending triangle, right? Buyers need to do what? Start knocking on the door of resistance in this area. Boom. To launch to the upside. Guys, let me get into charts in terms of the 15 monitors we got in the back. Pleasure to talk with you this morning. This is London with VIP Trader and Bitcoin Spike. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll talk to you soon. We'll be streaming tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, guys. Never overexpose in